Karl, thanks for joining us.
No
Before we get to the match itself, I mean, injuries has been a topic of conversation, and I'm there reading out the team news, and there's a late change just before kick-off, so when it rains it pours, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Listen, you've been around the building this week. There was only 3 members of staff that were actually allowed in, and we sent 3 or 4 home, and we kept 2 isolated in the car and could only actually get anywhere near the players when they went on the grass. That was for the last 2 or 3 days. And then we have players who've played today with an illness as well. We drove our cars to the hotel to limit sort of people being on the coach for too long. So we only went from a mile down the road to here, and I'm really pleased how the staff have worked hard to try and limit the infection of the players. And we've had a number of players that have gone down and not felt well. Some have played today really ill, and I'm proud of what they've done. I think sometimes when you do these interviews, people look at it. I think it's 12 to 13 players, first team players, not available at the end of the game through injury, illness, and the injuries are not just one-dimensional hamstrings. The multiple injuries in so many different formats. And people speak about the Spurs. I know Richie said to me the other week, I'll challenge all of them to come and look at our injury list. But you know what? One thing today is that we haven't lost the game because of the injuries. We've lost the game through 1 or 2 human errors. And I'm really pleased with the effort. I'm really pleased with the attention to detail and how hard they were willing to work. And again, they've showed a different side to themselves over recent weeks, and one that I'm proud of. I have to stay positive because that's what we do. And I always think when you get to these moments, you have to look first and foremost at yourself and challenge yourself to be better. Secondly, you look at your staff to challenge them to be better, and they've got to challenge me. And then as a collective, we then challenge the players to be better, and they've got to challenge us as a group of staff as well. And I think if you keep doing that and you keep being true to who you are and you work as hard as you possibly can, success certainly sort of falls on your door. And all of the bad luck that we're having, you can't mope around and worry about it. You've just got to make sure that you just be better because of the consequences of it. But a funny feeling we'll be back here this season, especially what I see at the end of the game. Like I say, the fire's burning more than ever.
Well, one of the consequences of the injuries we had today, obviously Cole Stockton having to go off power for the first half, is to give a debut to Will Wright, who's been brilliant in the B team and the under-18s this season.
Over 40 goals he scored.
Yeah, amazing.
And young Jai as well, who's had a very difficult time. Another tremendous young man who's got a real endeavour to be a professional footballer and works as hard as he possibly can every single day. And it's infectious. Sometimes when you're young, you lack that level of calmness to choose the right skill, but they never let you down in effort. And over time, if you have the right type of attitude, you have an athletic capability, the game comes back to you with age and experience. And then you start to lose your legs at the back end of it. But I'm really proud of the academy and what the club stands for. But we're not through a massive injury list to really give them an opportunity. And there were some senior players still on the bench that we decided to choose the young players over them. And I'm really proud of the academy and the football club as a whole. And again, we go away to Wimbledon decimated with all these things. We go away today with decimated not just with the injuries, but then with multiple illnesses. And we still try our best, and we still stand by who we are. And we believe in the badge, we believe in the work ethic, we believe in togetherness. And the consequences of that, I see everyone around us, everyone having fit teams and having the right good goal. I tell you what it means more to me. No one remembers how many runs you go on in the middle of the season. But back end of February, March and April, that's when people remember you for. That's when it matters. That's when you look for people to stand up and be counted. You look at some of the greatest teams we've ever seen. They had an ability from March onwards to put the foot down and become relentless in everything that they did. And now it's the time of season where you have to be the best version of yourself. And you've got to look yourself in the mirror first and be honest and truthful to yourself. Do I do enough? And once you can say yes to all of them, you then look across that dressing room and see who's going to come with you. And we've got a lot of hard work to do, and we'll work our hardest to make this football club successful, and I'll never stop.
And in closing, it was another away trip to a playoff contender today. I mentioned this in the podcast interview this week. A bit closer than Wimbledon, and the away following today were sensational, I thought.
I think the growth of the football club has got a massive part to do with the fan base increasing. And we've asked for that over recent weeks, and maybe even our results haven't been right. They've still stuck with us, and in all of my career I've never seen our away fans back the players when they don't win games. They show a relentless desire to support this team, and we're forever thankful for that, and it never goes amiss either. It's never something that we don't speak about in the dressing room. We do appreciate them, and we're thankful for them. I think they know how hard we're truly working. I think they can see our honesty, and they can see right through us. There's a rawness to us at the moment, and there's a transparency to who we are and where we are and what we're all about. And that's not just what you see on the football pitch, it's what you see in the terraces as well. And we thank them from the bottom of our heart continuously.